You're listening to Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein. With me, as always, is
Queen Bee.
And
Princess Rebecca Finkelstein.
Princess, eh?
Well, she's queen, so...
Oh, that's, I didn't even put that together. Well done. Points to you. So, as Rebecca alluded to, we are going to be talking, of all things on this podcast, about Disney princesses.
Woohoo!
I mean, Frozen 2, as far as when this podcast is recorded, just came out.
Hype!
Hail to the chief?
They don't have presidents.
The queen, whatever. Isn't there a queen one? Don't they play a song for queen?
I'm sure they do, but
Okay.
did they institute like an electoral college in Arendelle or something?
Maybe.
That's Frozen 3.
Spoilers!
Frozen 3.
Frozen 3, the electoral college. the villain is a hanging Chad.
Oh, nobody wants to see that in a Disney film.
At least it's not a chub.
Okay, so we got princesses.
Princesses.
I mean, the most recent princesses.
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 Well, it would be Anna and Elsa because they had the most recent movie.
Correct.
But the only one who is a princess in that movie is Anna because Elsa became a queen in the previous movie.
Correct.
As far as new princesses are concerned, the most recent princess was Moana.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Correct.
And which I don't know, like Disney counts her, but do we ever actually hear her get referenced as princess, or is it just that she's the daughter of the chieftain?
Yeah. And she becomes chief.
And she becomes chief, which is
So
not
she's
the same.
really not a
she's
princess.
not a princess either at that point.
She's a chief.
Disney
That
is
is-
not consistent with anything they do.
That is interesting because, the more recent movies, all the women are actually becoming the queens and not just staying as princesses.
Yeah, I think
Well, then again, Ariel became...
Well, okay, so you have princesses who are born princesses, and then you have princesses who were married into becoming a princess.
Yeah.
Ariel is a little bit different because Ariel is the daughter of Triton. If you consider him King Triton, then she would be a princess.
she would be princess.
And then
yes.
she
As
marries
are all her sisters.
Right, as are all her sisters, and she is the youngest princess.
Yes.
But then she marries Prince Eric, who would make her an official princess on land.
On both sides.
On both sides.
Yes. Although I believe in that particular instance, he's only a prince by a technicality. I think there's no king in that kingdom at that point. He's the ruler of that land.
Yes.
Because you never see a king or a queen.
Correct.
I believe he's a presumed king. He just hasn't been officially crowned at that
yet.
point. So
Yeah, and wasn't there a certain thing like he had to have a wife before he became ruler?
I don't know. That's
They
really
allude
weird.
to it, but I
Yeah.
don't think they actually say it.
Yeah.
But yes, there is that whole sitting at the table thing where the older gentleman is talking to Eric saying you have to get married kind of situation. Like, really? Come on. No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And there was another thing that I noticed last time we viewed it is like talking about something about Prince Eric's parents, and it's like we find out nothing.
Nothing.
What?
They do call him Prince Eric.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
He is a prince. I just assumed the old guy that was hanging out with him was like a regent who was ruling the throne until he was of
he
age
was
or
able to take
something.
age. Yeah. Maybe
Something like
before he
that.
got married or something.
Yeah, I mean, the whole technicality of what they consider a princess is really weird because I don't recall Mulan officially being a princess, but she's in the princess family.
Right. She is actually not a princess at all.
At all. Does she marry a prince warlord at the end or something?
A general.
A general's son, which would just make her still a person, but she is.
Well, at least
she
she's
officially
a person.
becomes. She's a person.
She identifies and she has personhood.
Yes, she officially becomes the emperor's.
top something.
Yeah, doesn't he kind of give her that really annoying guy's job?
So she'd just be like an advisor or a general or something.
Yeah, she becomes an advisor
so she's not
to
a
the
princess
emperor.
at all.
Still not a princess.
No,
not a princess at all.
She's a cabinet member.
She's a cabinet member.
So
yes.
really, it's the podcast is about Disney governmental members.
Right.
It's not princesses. Disney needs to get this shit right.
She's not a princess.
She's
Sorry.
not a princess.
No.
Yeah, I'm going through the list. I'm looking at these. So the very first Disney princess is Snow White,
Snow White.
who's a princess on both sides.
She is.
'Cause her-
She's a princess and she marries a prince.
Yeah, her dad married the evil witch stepmother. Dad dies because we don't even know where he is, and the stepmother tries to have her offed.
Right.
And then she marries Prince Charming by the end.
Correct.
So, well, we don't see her marry him, but he kisses her while she's asleep and then consent.
We're
gonna
100% sure that they get married
Yeah,
because
we're
they
gonna
live
assume.
happily ever after.
Yes.
Right.
In a special arrangement with 7 other guys.
Right.
She learned to live with them. He's just going to have to make room for these 7 other people in their bedroom. That's just how that works.
Girls got needs.
Girls got needs.
Very polyamorous. So
And then-
that's the first one.
Yes, that was the first one. Sleeping Beauty, Aurora.
Right?
Yeah.
She's a princess.
Which is
and she marries a prince.
She has a name, but Snow White is just Snow White.
Snow White.
Yeah,
Correct.
okay. So yeah, and Aurora was a princess who marries another prince.
Correct.
So she's a princess on both sides.
Right.
'cause
She
her
marries
parents are
Prince
still alive.
Philip. Correct.
Yes. We then have
Cinderella.
I was gonna say we jump ahead a bit to Cinderella, or actually Cinderella comes before Sleeping Beauty. Looking at the dates, Cinderella not a princess.
Not a princess.
Marries
She's
into it.
officially, I think her father was a baron.
Yeah.
If you really get into the whole story plot things.
So-
and her stepmother was a baroness or a duchess of some kind. I think in the movie she's a duchess, but I think in the actual story she's a baroness.
Well,
or
if
her
the-
mother was a baroness.
Yeah. If the father was a duke,
Her father was a baron.
well, but in the movie,
In the movie, he was a duke.
if he was a duke, and then the stepmother got duchesshood from him, technically the title should have passed to Cinderella when the duke died.
Correct.
So
So she would have been a duchess, but
she's at least
they don't acknowledge it.
She's at least
so-
royalty.
Yes.
And then the prince marries her, so
Correct.
she gets to be a
she
princess.
becomes a princess. Yes.
And I haven't seen anything that comes afterwards.
Okay.
I haven't seen the direct-to-video sequels or whatever, so I don't know.
There's 2 other terrible movies.
Yeah,
Don't
there's
ever watch them.
Dreams Come True and A Twist in Time, because
Yep.
I have the list up here, and then they did a remake, and she's just a princess again.
Yeah.
So she actually gets to remain a princess. We have 3 so far who get to be on this list.
Okay.
Okay. What else do we got? We got Belle.
Belle be. I don't. Is Adam a prince or is he a duke?
He's something. They just say he has a castle. They never did they establish that he's a prince at the opening of the movie?
You know,
I think they do say that he's a prince. Prince Adam. He is a prince.
But he would be king at that point because there's no other rulers above
But
him.
he was never crowned.
well, that's
because
just,
he
now
was-
we know why he's angry all the time.
Right? He's never crowned because the witch turns him into the beast.
Okay, but
and
so-
everyone else's furniture.
so let's establish this weird French duchy, which ruled by a king and not a duke, even though it should be, loses their royal rulers. And never questions it. What kind of government have they had for the last 20 years?
It was France.
Yeah, that's my explanation. The French.
Oh my God.
It's French.
There's a lot going on in this movie that we never touch upon here.
Right.
And then again, they have sequels, but none of them matter. Then we have Jasmine.
And
who's-
she is a true
who's
princess.
in Aladdin. She's the daughter of the Sultan. They call her a princess.
Yes.
She gets to be in the Disney princess line, even though the movie's about Aladdin more than it is Jasmine.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a princess.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the Sultan survives the whole time through all 3 of those movies.
Yeah, she's still a princess.
She's still a princess. In fact, it's Aladdin that has to marry into royalty.
Right, and he would become a prince.
He become a prince. So, yeah, we need a whole line
Prince
of,
consort.
at the very least.
Yes.
Yeah. Prince Regent or Prince something else. There's a name for it that the British royalty use.
Prince consort.
Prince consort. There you go. So yeah, he never gets to be Sultan.
No.
She's Sultaness.
If they have sultanesses, then yes,
I
she
don't
would
know.
become a sultaness.
I mean,
Whatever Agrabah wants.
clearly Jafar had it right. She shouldn't have taken over the throne because they're just going to fall into turmoil the second that the Sultan dies.
Right. Not that he was that big of a influence.
He was really kind of a dumbass.
Yeah.
Jafar was the only thing keeping that whole kingdom together with both fucking hands.
Yep, pretty much.
He was the true hero. That's that we were talking about Disney villains and how they needed their own movies. Jafar.
Yes.
It's a political intrigue movie like All the President's Men, and it's
I
this
think
usurper who comes in.
didn't they do a show called Jafar?
I don't think so.
No, they did a Return of Jafar movie.
Oh, okay.
But no, but we need Aladdin from Jafar's perspective as he's desperately trying to keep this stupid sultan alive, the whole kingdom going, barbarians coming up, and then suddenly he's usurped by this dumb peasant street rat, and then everything goes to hell afterwards, and Jafar's just sitting there in his lamp going, "Fucking told you so."
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But Jasmine is a princess.
She's a princess.
Okay.
She is a princess. Mulan, who we established. Pocahontas, which
She's
Chieftain's
a daughter of a
daughter.
chieftain,
daughter
and
of chieftain. If Moana counts, then she counts.
Yes.
But in real life, didn't she marry a duke?
She married a John.
She married a John.
And
Just
then
a John.
and
Okay.
then died of smallpox or something.
So she lost her title,
Like most
really.
of her people.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pocahontas isn't really a princess either. She is the daughter of a chieftain.
She's a princess in the same way Moana is.
Right.
Like either they both count or neither of them count.
But I mean,
Right.
didn't she lose her title when she married?
You would think she would. I mean, at the very least, she moved to England.
No,
and
when
then-
you're a princess, you remain a princess even if you marry.
Yeah.
Like
She didn't abdicate.
Princess Anne
Yeah.
is still a princess.
You don't abdicate princesshood.
No.
No. But then, of course, she moved to England and died, and whether or not she got to have the title or not, it didn't really fucking matter.
Right.
Then we have, from there, we just have like a lot of the little side characters. Merida from the Pixar movie.
She is a
She's a
princess.
princess. The only Pixar princess.
The only Pixar princess.
The only Pixar princess, because Brave. Moana, as we established. Rapunzel, who is a princess.
She is a princess.
A true princess. In fact, Flynn gets to be the Aladdin of that movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And
The
he would
street-
become prince consort.
Yep. Snow White, who we established, and Tiana, who marries into being a princess.
She does because she
Yes.
marries the random prince who comes to New Orleans with no money.
Yeah, that guy.
She dresses as a princess for the Mardi Gras event or
Yes.
whatever, and then becomes officially a princess when she marries the dude. And they both stay in New Orleans so she can open a restaurant.
Right.
Because equality.
Exactly.
Hashtag feminism.
That's right.
You go Disney.
And I guess the only other quote-unquote Disney princess that's officially a Disney character would be Vanellope. From the
Right,
Wreck-It
and
Ralph
she
movies.
is a princess.
She's a princess. She doesn't get to be part of the Disney princess line, even though she's crossed over with other princesses, but she's a princess.
Okay, now in Once Upon a Time,
Uh-huh.
the live
TV show?
version of TV,
Yeah.
yes, and they kind of point out after Disney was already buying Star Wars that Princess Leia
Yeah.
is a princess.
She's a princess.
She's also a general.
Yeah.
Still a princess, but she's a general.
Well, that's the weird thing right there is why is she a princess? Where does she get the
She has no
princesshood from?
planet now.
Well, she not only has no planet, the planet, as far as I know, was Alderaan, was
Yes.
the one that she claimed.
Yes.
Who was the royalty there? Because it was General Organa was her father. He was not a prince.
Maybe
No,
or
but he
king.
was married to a princess.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay. So she gets to be princess by relation.
Adoption.
Really, she should be a duchess or something, not a princess. But George Lucas doesn't understand how politics works.
Maybe it's different on different planets.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, the whole Queen Amidala then becoming Senator Amidala because Queen is a title of election ruled by 12-year-old. Like, really, George? George, can we talk to you about politics here for a little while? Because this is
And
pretty
how
fun.
regents work? Because that's not how it works.
None of what you've done makes sense, and there's a clear reason why the Trade Federation moved in because this planet Naboo is stupid.
Now, if they ever clarified the whole Naboo thing,
I know.
and her mother was a queen for all of
She
3,
does,
4 years.
That's the thing. She does get to technically. I mean, she wasn't crowned a princess when her mother was queen.
Correct.
But her true blood mother was a queen. So calling her princess is okay in that regard. It's just a little shaky from like a trying to claim the crown kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that
But
there's
apparently
a crown to
you
claim.
get elected to queenship in these planets rather than actual.
Oh my god. My god, George Lucas, I hate you so much. It's like, okay, I've made Princess Leia. That means her mother must be queen. But I have this whole other governmental structure I want to set up for this planet, and fuck it, I'm just going to write it anyway.
So we have that.
Yes.
I kind of went off on a tangent.
No, you're
I
fine.
apologize.
Well,
But
I mean-
and then there's Anna and Elsa,
Yeah.
who are the last ones who've made a movie recently.
Yes.
And then you have Elsa, who
Uh-huh.
became queen.
Uh-huh.
Anna remains as a princess in the first movie.
Uh-huh.
Now we're at the second movie, which I don't think you've seen.
Nope, I haven't, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, I've already given you a spoiler. But Elsa officially abdicates at some point,
Yep.
and then Anna does become queen.
Yeah, it's the British royalty where the king abdicates and then his brother had to take over that we saw back in World War II.
Right.
Yeah. But there is one other princess queen that we're forgetting about. There's another Disney queen via them buying out stuff. They bought Fox. The xenomorph queen alien is now a Disney
I was
queen.
thinking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is
She's
queen.
a Disney queen.
Yeah.
Yep. There you
Well,
go.
and Lion King.
Nala.
Nala gets to be a Disney princess or Disney
She's a-
queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if she married Simba before he was officially crowned as the Lion King, then technically speaking, she'd be a princess for those few days too.
Are we talking like 7 years common law?
I don't know.
Because I don't think they don't crown cats.
Given that they're probably cousins.
Why not?
Well, the male becomes king.
Have you seen cats? Cats act like royalty.
They do.
They do.
They do. But that's all cats. All cats are royalty. It's not just Simba and Nala.
So that makes all the Aristocats Disney princesses.
That's right.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Not just Marie.
No.
Well, no.
Actually, no.
Because their mom is Duchess.
Their mother is a duchess.
Oh, see? Right there.
Yeah.
Props. Nicely pulled out of there. Deep cut Disney continuity.
Let me push up my nerd glasses.
Now, I don't know if Tomcat would become a duke.
If he married her, he would be at least like the Duke consort. Or,
Duke consort,
Yeah, something
okay.
like that. Or ducal consort.
Ducal?
Ooh, that's technically a word. Shut up.
A ducal. What are the children of dukes called?
Heck if I know.
Usurpers.
Yeah.
Claimants to the throne. Heir and a spare.
So,
Yes.
who is your favorite princess?
Actually, I'm kind of a fan of Rapunzel now. I've seen, like, her movie, she's ridiculous, and her movie has a lot of issues with it that I noticed after we watched it. Like, how did the flower magic work? Why, she's cuter as a brunette, although, man, is her hair ever going to grow, or does she get stuck with that terrible haircut for the rest of time? Like, there's a lot of issues I have with this movie, but I really kind of enjoy Tangled for what it is. So,
Okay.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel?
Becky. Is it
Lordy.
Marie? Is it Marie?
Marie.
From the Aristocats. No.
Oh gosh.
Ariel, isn't it?
It goes between Ariel because she was my first princess.
Uh-huh.
Merida's awesome. I really like her.
I think there's a theme.
I was going to say, when we were at Disney...
And Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Shit, there is
definitely
a
a theme.
When we were at Disney, I did point out to her that she collected all the princess redheads when she was getting pictures of everyone.
that I
she
did.
She got all the redheads.
I got a type.
And I mean, Anna is pretty cute. I'd say that,
Anna is
And I really liked how they brought out the freckles a lot in this movie.
Yes.
Because
they
I
did.
didn't think Elsa had freckles in this movie.
Apparently she does.
She has freckles.
Well, who was your first princess?
Officially, I believe I saw Little Mermaid in theater with everyone else, but
Okay.
I don't care about the too much singing. I
much.
like of that era of Disney. I liked Beauty and the Beast better, even though there's too much music in that one for me. I mean, of all those ones, I really prefer like Aladdin or The Lion King from the Disney Renaissance. But of the
Okay.
princesses, it'd be probably Belle or Jasmine over Ariel.
Okay.
But Rapunzel I like better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. My first princess was Snow White. It was also our mother's first princess as
And
well.
was I think till the day she died, it was her favorite Disney princess. Yes, it was.
Yes. And Snow White, although she's kind of weak as a character, she remains my favorite princess. Merida is a very close second.
Least favorite. I'm gonna vote Aurora. At least from the animated movie. She's boring. She's barely in her own movie.
Yeah, she is. Well, see, I like the villain in that movie way better than I like
Maleficent.
Aurora. So
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason why when they remade it, they had to focus it on the villain because she's way more interesting.
she
than the
is way
princess.
more interesting.
Yeah.
And she's also a queen, by the way. I tend to lean towards queens, also, honestly.
Aurora is as interesting in her movie, and I'm going to say this, and whatever the crowd thinks, as Cinderella is in hers. Cinderella's pretty freaking passive in her movie too.
She really is.
Yeah,
To
she's
be
just not
somebody who's
interesting.
kind of like a heroine in her own right. I mean,
Yeah.
she does try to save the day kind of situation, but yeah, boring.
Yeah,
I don't
Jasmine
really
has
like
more fire.
Disney's versions of
No, the
those
classic ones.
princesses.
No, it's like Jasmine isn't the main character of her movie, but she's still way more interesting than like Aurora or Cinderella.
I honestly like the ones that aren't really princesses more. I mean, I do like Merida. Hands down, she's definitely one of my
she's battling
favorites.
against being a princess. She
Right.
doesn't really want to be
She doesn't
one.
want to be one,
No.
and I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that. But Snow White was my first. She gets all the guys, short ones and tall ones.
Hey.
Out of the last two, though, there's things about both princesses that I like, and
Frozen
they kind
and Moana?
Frozen.
Okay, just Frozen.
I really don't like Moana. I'm not a fan of Moana.
It was
at
okay. I thought it was an okay movie.
all. And I'm not really a fan of. God, there was another one. Who's the other one?
Princess and the Frog?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Tiana. Thank you.
No.
Yeah,
Princess
I
and the
love her
Frog.
dress.
Yeah.
Love her dress.
Oh, yeah, she's really interesting when they draw her as a princess.
But yeah, not.
Not a fan of her.
And yeah, Moana is kind of like, I dig the one song and the feelings that go with it, but and the story
It's
is
a mess.
cool,
It's
but
a bit of a mess of a movie.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a mess, and that's the problem I have with the Princess and the Frog. They're both very similar in certain respects. They're just like a whole collection of little scenes as this princess goes on this like wide-ranging adventure with lots of colorful characters, but it doesn't amount to a full story.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the grandmother in that movie.
Yes.
That's my favorite part in the entire movie.
That grandmother's the best.
credit to Frozen. Frozen is a very focused movie, and it's part of what I like about Tangled. Tangled is a very focused movie.
Yeah.
The other ones from that Disney has done recently just aren't as focused, and that's a problem. I have.
And Brave is a very focused movie.
It is. It's,
Which is
again,
what I like about it.
even if it's technically a Pixar, not a Disney movie. But still, yeah, I mean, she gets to count. Disney counts her.
Yep.
So
But you were saying there were parts about both Elsa and Anna that you liked?
Yeah, like I like Elsa for being she's the older sister, and she kind of she has that controlling, and she's a queen. She's no longer a princess. She is a queen at the time that you kind of get to meet her.
yep.
And she has the I don't give a rat's ass what anybody else thinks. I'm going to do it my way, which is how you should do it when you're queen.
When you're queen.
And then you have Anna before she takes over the crown and all. You get to see her becoming more like her sister, more able. She finally realizes, you know what? I'm not just a little girl anymore. I'm able to do these things. And that's what I really liked, how they actually grow the characters.
Oh my gosh.
There's
yeah.
so much growth from the first movie to the second movie, and you get to see that growth. It's good. It's actually, Mike, I think you're going to really like it when you actually see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, and both of them in different ways, too.
Yes.
Because, like, the first movie, this is going to be, like, all Frozen spiel now. First movie, Elsa was running kind of away from herself and away from her powers, whereas the second movie, she was running more towards herself and finding more, like, what her heart was calling for.
Right.
Where Anna, the first movie, she was
just
just
lonely.
She's lonely. She's naive. Always like, oh, bad things are happening, but gonna be optimistic and fight it and whatnot. Whereas the second movie, she gets more real and realizes, wait a minute, shit sucks.
Shit sucks,
But-
but I'm capable.
Yeah, but I gotta keep moving. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so fucking good. Anyway.
It is very good. And you see where her parents come from and how they met kind of situation. And it was a little tropey. There's some tropes in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very funny movie. I'm not, I really like Josh Gad as a actor. I think he's great. I hate Olaf.
Yeah.
I think it's
Damn snowman.
Fuck.
just so annoying.
Yeah.
He's so good at being annoying.
They at least toned him down.
They did in the second movie. They toned him down. He's a little bit more likable
Yes.
in that. Best part is snow.
Yes.
But anyway, it becomes because it's so tropey, and kind of where they're going to go with it, and a lot of things came out about it before the movie actually came out, where you knew it was going to envelop the seasons and stuff like that, and
I didn't know any of that, but okay.
it's all in the trailers. Because they show it's like they have the fall leaves coming around, so you kind of get the feeling, okay, I think I know where they're going. And they are going in that action area, direction. That's the word I'm thinking. Okay. They are going in that direction where they kind of have not necessarily seasons, but they have
the elements.
The elements,
Yeah.
yes.
So the next movie's going to be Unfrozen, and it takes place entirely in summer?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be great.
Ooh, yeah. No Olaf.
I don't think they're going to do another Frozen movie.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
They have nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, not really. If anything, they would do like what they do with Rapunzel is make it like their own little TV series doing weird stuff.
I don't know if they
Now, I know this is about princesses, but I just read an article about a big issue that's going on right now with the Aladdin real-time movie where they're taking the only white character from that
heard about
show
that.
and they're making him a
Disney Plus show.
based on that prince. Now, if you actually think about it, he may be one of the brothers of Hans, who was in the first movie, because Hans was the 13th of 12 brothers, and I believe they're from Scanlan. Hans is from
funny.
Scanlan, and he's also from Scanlan, so he's his brother.
That's funny. Yeah.
Now, aside from the whole Egyptian actor, white actor thing, the actual actor who plays that character was in Into the Woods. He plays the brother, the prince of Chris Pine's character, the prince,
They're both
Cinderella's
fantastic.
prince.
Oh.
They're amazingly funny.
Yeah.
And if you actually put the two characters together against, the Aladdin, the one who played Aladdin and the one who plays Prince Allard or something like that.
Just go with Lard.
Who plays the prince. If you put them together, their acting abilities together, they both have roughly the same amount of credits, except Billy Bryan, something. It's a B name. Anyway, the actor, he has 5 nominations and a win
Yeah.
with trophies. And the Egyptian actor has 1 nomination. So you can't complain if you put the actors next to each other and say, which one of these actors am I going to try to make a better show off of? There's more to go on with this Prince Alar's character
Well, I mean, if you're talking about where they
than
go with
Aladdin. You can't go anywhere with Aladdin. He's married. He's now either a
prince or a
prince consort
senator or something.
sultan, whatever.
The new vizier, whatever. Well, but it's also the thing of we had 2 Aladdin sequels. We had
Prince of Thieves.
Return of Jafar and Prince of Thieves.
Right.
If they want to make actual live action sequels, they have material they could base it off of and just go with from there, because it's not like Will Smith is doing anything better right now.
Right.
But if you want to do a Disney Plus show, you need lesser actors who aren't worth as much doing their own thing on a cheaper budget. And it makes perfect sense to take the one white guy who doesn't have much going on otherwise to
Who
do
pitched it to Disney in the first place.
who can go do that and get his own thing while you do filler and film the next Aladdin movie.
Right.
Yeah, and more people are going to watch the movie than they do the TV show.
Right.
So,
And actors are both going to get acting. So I don't understand what the big
Because
hulu
people.
is about. But, people will complain about what they want
Yeah.
to complain about. In any case, back to princesses. I think I'm good.
okay.
My favorite princess is Snow White. My least favorite is probably Moana.
Damn. Yeah,
Yours?
I think my least favorite probably is Aurora, probably
Yeah,
because the
she's
same
boring.
thing. Like she's boring. She has a pretty voice.
She does. Her movie is about the fairies. It's
Yeah.
about Maleficent.
Yes.
It's about Prince Charming that comes to save her.
Prince Philip.
Whatever.
Oh, whoops.
They're all Prince Charming. Every single fucking one of them is Prince Charming.
But only one of them is named Prince Charming.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it Prince Charming of Charming?
Yes. Charmingham.
Is that Charming? Who subsists entirely on Lucky Charms.
Wouldn't that make him a leprechaun?
Yes. And then he'd be the right
was-
size for all the dwarves. She has a height fetish.
She really does. She likes short men. We've now completely ruined the movie. Good job.
No, I thought we made it so much better. There is a hidden subtext to this movie I didn't realize was there. But she's a passive figure in her own movie. It focuses on everyone around her, and she just kind of lives in a cabin for a few years and then falls asleep and gets hitched.
Yep.
That's Aurora. Woo.
Yeah, it's like Buffy. You watch the show for everyone else.
Damn, Bex.
She's not wrong.
She's not a princess either.
Least favorite Disney princess.
She's not now. Is that your answer? Buffy the Vampire Slayer is your
Yes.
least favorite Disney princess?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, she's a Fox property. She's owned by Disney now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
snap.
she is.
I would have really thought that Buffy's sister would have been the lesser.
I like Dawn better, especially in
Did
the
you like
comics.
Dawn better?
Yeah, especially she grew over time.
Dawn doesn't register to me. I totally forgot.
Well, she wasn't there
existed.
for half the show anyway.
Yeah.
Well, she only kind of popped into existence.
She
so.
really didn't exist for a while there.
Exactly.
Mandyville. Someone came back.
So your favorite is Ariel or Anna or Merida?
Yeah,
The redheads. And you hate the blonde chick.
I mean, hate is a strong word.
There's
I'd have
3
to care
blonde
enough.
chicks. I mean, Elsa's a blonde chick. Cinderella's a blonde chick.
Rapunzel's a blonde chick.
Rapunzel's a
Aurora's a blonde chick.
blonde chick before she gets her hair
she's,
chopped off.
She's really a brunette who just has a good dye job.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. A really good dye job.
Really good, like bleach and
Magical dye job, yeah.
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 Okay. So we're good?
Mary Poppins isn't a princess either, just
No.
Unfortunately.
No, but she could be one if she
would be the
wanted to be.
best.
I really wish that they would do a crossover with her and Hogwarts.
She just
Yeah.
floats in for like a season, teaches defense against the dark arts, and then floats
Let's back out. Yeah.
You know, that would have been a much more interesting movie.
It would make so much more sense.
Her classes would have been something to watch.
It would, yeah.
Oh my God, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'd watch Mary Poppins crossover with anything, I think.
She'd make the Jurassic Park movies certainly
She
more
would.
interesting.
That'd be so much more amazing. This just won't do.
Flies in, saves the 2 kids.
Oh, well. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and Lady isn't a princess either.
Yeah,
No. In fact, she becomes a trampess.
A trampess?
Yes. She marries into it. She's a trampess.
Wouldn't
now.
that make her a tart?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Only if you bake her into a fluffy crust.
Ooh. That's messy.
What are we having for dinner tonight?
Pup tarts.
Oh, Pop-Tarts!
Pup tarts.
Oh, brilliant.
Well played. Love it. And on that note,
Now I want to make these.
this has been Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein.
I'm Queen Bee.
I'm Princess Rebecca Finkelstein.
And we will see you next time.